That's it.
So that's all been filmed anyway in the middle of that on mine, so it's all good. Weaknesses in Anthony Joshua. Do you see vulnerabilities?
I've seen a lot of the weaknesses, and he improved of them. But you know what? The main thing, we just got to stick to the game plan. I don't want to say too much of his weaknesses, but we just got to improvise and just follow through what we got to do.
Do you think people like the mainstream boxing fan or the mainstream sports fan that doesn't know their boxing, doesn't know you, do you think they are underrating you maybe because you're just carrying a little few extra pounds around your stomach?
Of course, and I'm used to it. You know, this was been all my life. Everybody's been underestimating me since I was a little kid. Until they see me fighting in there, until they see me knock somebody out, they're like, "Whoa, man! Look at this chubby kid go!" But all the people that underestimated me, tune in June 1st. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. Me against Anthony Joshua. They're gonna see what I got. They see what I could prove, and I'm here to shock everybody. You know, shock the world, and it's gonna be a hell of a fight.
Were you disappointed when Bob Arum came out and called you a fat slob a couple of weeks ago when the fight was announced?
Of course I was. You know, I didn't expect Bob Arum to say those things. You know, but you know, I don't have nothing bad to say about him. I'm a gentleman. Gentlemen don't talk back from each other. But you know, I think he's mad because I left him, and as soon as I left him, so many blessings have been coming my way, and I'm pretty sure he's mad about that. And if I was with him, he would have been robbing me so bad if I would have got this fight or the other fight. So I'm really happy that I'm here now with Al Heyman and PBC.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you were promoted by Bob Arum when you fought Joseph Parker, your first world title fight. It was a majority decision for him. One judge scored it a draw, I had it a draw as well. It was a very fine performance. You went down under. I think you might have even had a hand injury going into that fight, and you that we didn't know about at the time. Mm-hmm. But when you look back on it, Andy, how do you see that fight now with Parker?
I think it was a really good fight, you know, good experience fight. We took the chances going over there to his hometown. I think we did a good performance. It could have been better. I could have done better. I could have let my hands go. I think I just needed one round to win. We knew the causes going out there, but you know, things happen for a reason. If I would have won that title, Bob Arum would have made it even more of a hell for me. You know, I would have had to sign with him more and stick with more years with him. And you know, things happen for a reason. Now that I'm here with PBC, it's been so many blessings.
Have you studied the 12 rounds that Parker then went with Joshua ahead of this fight?
Yeah, we did. I don't think Parker was there to fight. I think he was there to survive. So I think when Parker will let his hands go, he will connect to Joshua. But
only happened in about the 10th round, briefly, when the referee let them do that. Do you remember?
Yeah.
They both rocked each other. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
When they both threw hooks at the same time?
They both rocked each other.
Yeah.
But I think he was there to survive. And the difference between me and Parker, I'm there. I'm in it to win it. I'm there to try to rip his head off. I know Anthony Joshua's trying to rip my head off, so I'm not scared of nobody, you know. And this is why this fight is so important and is so exciting, because there's going to be two big heavyweights fighting each other and trying to break each other's face.
How tough is it preparing for a fight like this? And what was it, just over 5 weeks' notice?
It's pretty hard, you know, because I just got done fighting April 20th. I just got done fighting Alexander Dimitrenko. It was a good experience fight, a big, tall guy fighting. So I think it gives me the advantage because I just got done fighting. I feel sharp. I feel ready.
You look sharp and ready.
Yeah, thank you. And then coming into another camp, fighting Anthony Joshua, kind of similar like Alexander Dimitrenko of the height and the jab that he throws. But all fights are hard, man, and it's hard being away from the family, having to focus and being away from my kids. But this is what I do it for. You know, I do it for my kids, so they don't have to struggle, they don't have to bust their ass off. Even though I'm gonna make them work hard, you know, for the money and all that. But
are you gonna try and persuade them like your father once persuaded you by buying you a rapper's car? when things are going wrong. He went out, he told me how much the car was. I'm not going to say it out loud myself. He invested a huge amount of money to get you to actually believe in him that he was serious. Can you tell us the story?
Yeah, of course. You know, I think he was happy because I joined the Mexican Olympic team, and he went out to go buy my sister a car, and I told him, "Oh, what about me, Dad?" And
15 you were, weren't you?
15. I was about to turn 16. I didn't even have my driver's license yet, and you know, I'm not gonna lie, my dad spoiled me somewhat when I was young, and sometimes he says, "Man, I feel I shouldn't have spoiled you because maybe you would have worked even harder for your stuff." And but I think I'm gonna take that as a learning experience as well. So I'm gonna make my kids work hard for their stuff. You know,
Tell us about this car though.
Oh, this car it's a Dodge Charger.
Color?
It was a two-tone color. It was the game's car.
So it's a rapper's car he's bought, your famous rapper's car.
The rapper's car, he traded it in for a different car, and
Is it true it's 55k at the time?
yeah, or more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You still got it, yeah?
Yep, I still got it in my backyard, and it means a lot, you know. I might give it to my little brother, or I might just have it there, you know,
As a reminder.
as a reminder.
Because he tried to put a hammer and a saw in your hand at one time when you were kicked out of school because you basically fighting all the time. And you found it hard to be in the classroom. A lot of fighters are like that. You like to be on your feet, you're kinesthetic. You know, you like to move. You're built to move, aren't you? But he put a hammer and a chisel and all those things in your hand for the building site because he had a successful house flipping building firm, didn't he?
Of course, you know, and that's what he's trying to teach me right now, and try to invest the money, not to go crazy like everyone else does. So, you know, I got 4 kids. The girl that I'm with, she has a son too, so I have 5 kids that I have to maintain and take care of. So I gotta be smart, and luckily that I have a dad with me that's guiding me towards the right direction, helping me invest my money for the future, not just for my future, but for my kids' future. I think it's a blessing having my dad here around me. Since I was 6 years old, he's been nagging on me, and the whole time, you know, always been bugging me, but for good intentions, you know.
Just going back to that 5 and a bit weeks to prepare, in some ways, like you say, it is tough, but in some ways, is there not time to overthink things? Maybe not time to get too nervous? You just got to get on with it and make the best of it.
Of course, you know, I think nervousness it's a good thing at times, you know. Nervousness, it makes you sharp, it makes you alert, it makes you come back to reality, you know. So luckily I just got done fighting April 20th. I feel good, I feel amazing, I feel sharp. So there's nothing in the back of my mind saying, man, what if I could have done this, or maybe I needed to train more. I think all the hard training we've been doing already, so I'm ready for Anthony Joshua, you know. I'm pretty sure he hopefully he is overlooking me, thinking that, you know what, this is going to be a piece of cake, chubby kid. But until they get in the ring with me, it's a whole different game. It's a whole different ball game. And once you see the speed and the accuracy that I have, I know I'm going to shock him a lot.
Do you didn't mention Mike Tyson just now, but do you ever think about that? Because obviously you like to punch upwards like he did, and he was devastating, you know, at 5'11 and a half and 220 odd pounds, punching upwards. It's quite similar because they're super heavyweights today, aren't they? Mm-hmm. You know, you would be a heavyweight of the Muhammad Ali size, Joe Frazier size 30, 40 years ago, but now they're super heavyweights. So in a way you have the style and build of Tyson as he was then against the likes of Holyfield and Lewis. Do you ever think about that analogy?
Of course, you know, we've seen a lot of videos and fights of Mike Tyson, and when we were working on some of the moves that he's done to do to Anthony Joshua, and you know, the main thing, we just gotta stay focused, stay prepared, and get ready for all causes and stay in shape.
What's your prediction for the fight against Anthony Joshua?
I think it's gonna be an all-out war. I see them raising my hand and telling me, and the new heavyweight champion of the world, and making history. You know, I dreamed it before I even got the fight. That's why I kept harassing Eddie Hearns. You know, Eddie, give me the opportunity. I know I could do better. I know from the other guys that he had picked for him to fight. So
What with Martin and Brazil and all these other guys, yeah, Molina,
and
Brazil, Martin.
I know I can do a lot better than them, and I sparred a lot of them guys that you just mentioned, and I whooped their butts. And you know, it's just gonna be a hell of a fight, man. June 1st, Madison Square Garden. It's gonna be amazing.
Is he on the ground at the end of the fight in your visualization? Is he on the ground asleep?
In the dream that I had, all I heard was the new heavyweight champion of the world, and they raised my hand. And this is a real life dream, you know. I was sleeping, I woke up, and this is in training camp. And I told my brother, Danny, you know what? My little brother didn't want to do the interview, but he's just right there too.
He's hardly little.
Yeah, he's my little big brother.
Exactly, yeah. You're all big. No, but you really genuinely had a dream. You visualized it in the dream, and they're raising your hand, the referee's raising your hand.
And I told my brother, damn, I just had a dream, man, that I won, and this and that. But you know what? Dreams are dreams, and reality is reality. And the short, well, what I'm trying to say is we just have to make the dreams happen. And June 1st, I'm going to do all I can to follow those dreams and make that dream reality.
You have also kind of said publicly that you followed Nipsey,
Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, who was obviously murdered recently. Did you follow that event that day a few weeks ago when there was the whole movement inside?
You know, when I was in training camp for Alexander Dmytrenko, I was in camp and I heard the devastation of Nipsey Hussle, and I was listening to him my whole camp. You know, I even had tears in my eyes that he died. You know, and I forgot after I won the fight, I forgot to say, you know what, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Instead, I kept saying about the Snickers but you know, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. He's been lifting my spirit up, and he has a place in my heart as well. You know, I listen to his music every single day when I go run, when I go train, when I'm here in the gym. So, you know, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle.
Boxing is salvation for a lot of people in America, around the world, from tough communities. It's a calling for many of you, and you are, whether you want to be or not, you become projected figures for so many other people. Do you enjoy that there may be people watching you that want to change their lives because of what they're seeing you're doing?
Of course, you know, I want to be a public figure. I want to be a role model, especially for people around the world and for my kids as well, you know. And I want all the chubby kids and the big kids to know with hard work and dedication, you could accomplish your dreams as well.